welcome the Ready Fight Phils radio network as the Phils get ready to play the Erie Seawolves in Game 3 of this 6-game series after Reading has taken the first 2 alongside Jake Starr. My name is Bob McCool. We're coming to you from the veranda of the Renders Event Center, and we're joined by the manager, Al Pedrique. And Skip, it's a good place to be right now after last night. I know one of the things you always talked about is making sure that your team fights till the very last out. And last night, they fought to the very last out, to the bottom of the ninth, with a 4-run spot in the bottom of the ninth that will come up to win. Those are great carryover kind of games.
Definitely, Bob. It's always nice when you come back and win a game like the way we did last night. I'm going to be honest with you guys. First time I've seen walk off with that kind of stuff that happened last night with best of the Lord, the catches interference. But we take it. I mean, throughout the game, the kids played hard. The bullpen did a great job by putting the zeros on the board and gave us a chance to come back and tie the game, and then to the lead, scored the winning run in the bottom of the ninth. But overall, we're very pleased the way the guys handled themselves in those situations, and I'm glad we came through.
Well, it wasn't a potato like we talked about on Tuesday morning. It was a catcher's interference.
Close.
Like you say, you always see something new every day at the ballpark, but you have a group here that has progressively gotten younger and younger throughout the year. And we were talking about it on the air last night. This is a very young group, and you have a lot of really talented, I don't know if they use the term blue chip in professional sports like college, but like blue chip kind of prospects, and a Miller, a Crawford, and a Rakonis, and so on. You as the manager now, it's kind of the job becomes to take these blue chip prospects and make them into a team and to build a culture and to build a winning culture and teach these guys, hey, you're all really good, you all come from different areas, different walks of life, and now we got to kind of all come together and build a winning culture here in Reading. How are you looking to accomplish that, the rest of this season? And, if you are back here next season kind of doing the same thing with such a talented group now?
Well, the one thing that helps is that a lot of these kids played together last year. We talk about Crawford, Miller, Brito, Kemp, Rincones, Nava. So they know each other. They're very familiar, and that is the process that becomes a lot easy to make them feel comfortable, welcome to the new club. Obviously, they're playing a tough league, and if you think about it, a lot of these kids got called up when we're facing good teams like Somerset, Leamington. Now we're facing Erie. They're top in the league in every category. So it is a good experience as a manager, as a coaching staff, to have this special group that are coming up together, because we see a lot of talent. But the one thing that we are more impressed with is the makeup. The great kid, they listen, they ask questions, they want to get better. So anytime you have that kind of attitude, that kind of makeup, obviously your job as a staff becomes a lot easier.
It's just in focusing on that bottom of the ninth yesterday. Both Justin Crawford and Aiden Miller, both had really good at bats in big spots. They worked the count. They got themselves in good counts. Patient enough in Crawford's case to take the walk. Sitting on a pitch for Aiden Miller where the pitcher had to come in with something, and you make him pay for it with a base hit. But they worked the count very well. They weren't impatient in that situation, which most young hitters probably are.
That's right, and that's what I was impressed that these kids are only 20 years old, and like you say, both gave us a chance by fighting the bat, by having quality bats, and they took the pitcher deep in the count, and their momentum was on their side, because now the pitcher was in trouble, realizing that all these good breaking balls that he threw down the zone, they didn't chase.
Right.
So he will have to elevate, and that's what happened. Crawford ended up walking, and then Miller got a big hit to center field, basically to keep the rally going.
One of the things we were talking about last night on the air is the knock on Justin Crawford is he hit the ball in the ground too much. I said that back in the day with Jimmy Rollins, they said he hit the ball in the air too much. So what do you like? At the end of the night, he was on base 4 times. That's what you like. He's a leadoff hitter who's on base 4 times.
Well, definitely, that's his job. Get on base, get to second, and obviously, he can still third base and set the table for the middle of the order. I don't mind if the guy hits the ball on the ground a lot. You're going to find a hole somewhere, and with his speed, he's going to put a lot of pressure on the defense.
And we talked a lot about Justin Crawford, and we did just there. And now Aiden Miller, of course, that's the Phillies' top prospect, the other guy that a lot of fans are paying attention to right now. You've seen him for 2 days here since he really first came in. Maybe you saw him a little bit in spring training. But just what's been your takeaway so far of Miller, maybe as the baseball player, but maybe also as his makeup off the field?
Well, both for me are off the chart. And let's start with the personality this kid has. Is for only being 20, he's very mature. He knows what he wants. He knows how far he wants to go. But at the same time, he knows it's going to take hard work daily dedication to give baseball some time that you need as a player in order to get better. And so far, he's been asking a lot of questions. I watched him in the batting cage with his routine, and it's great. On defense, I mean, he does a good job with his preparation. And as a person, he's great. Like I said, the makeup of this kid, outstanding, very polite, very easy to coach and talk to about game situation. And a couple of times during the game, he had asked me questions like, I'm thinking, wait a minute, this kid's only 20? So, I mean, we're in good situation, we're in good spot with these kids, and I think that they have a chance to play the game for a long time.
You're talking about a couple of 20-year-old offensive players. How about a 21-year-old pitcher who's going tomorrow night, Moises Chassé? He used to league pitcher of the league. You just got him a couple weeks ago after the trade from Baltimore, and he gets called up. Have to be impressed by what you've seen from him so far in his starts in Reading.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, he's a very quiet kid. I think I said it before. Sometimes you don't even know if he's in the clubhouse. But it's another kid that works hard, wants to get better. Watched his side the other day. He was pitching, treated like it was a game situation. So that tells you a lot about this kid, that they want to get to the big league. They want to help the organization win games. And yes, this kid has great stuff. On the mound, he's very nice and calm. He's very aggressive, and the fact that he uses all his pitches with good command, I mean, that's a good thing to have.
One of the things that I think we've talked about, especially on this show a lot the last 2 years, is just preaching patience. Especially last year and early this year, maybe the wins weren't coming at a rate at which we would have won it, or you would have won it as a manager. Obviously, the record is the record, but you're at a point right now, right? You look at the last year and early into this year, a group that won a lot of games in Clearwater last year, that won a lot of games in Jersey Shore the second half of last year and early this year. Now that group is matriculating up here to Reading, and that core that had a lot of success at lower levels is here in Reading. So it's got to be, how satisfying is it for you, after we preached patience the last couple of years, to finally have that group here and to finally have a chance to do some fun things with them, whether it be finishing strong over these next 2 games, or hopefully next year, taking this group and trying to have a lot of success early on next year.
Well, yes, that's one of the reasons we're playing better the second half. Once we got these core guys that just came out from Jersey, and the older guys that's still here, the combination of young guys, youth with experience, you can see that we start seeing better results on the field. I got to give you credit to the rest of the coaching staff down in the minor league, because they worked very hard to get this kid to where they are, and you can tell they've done a great job. That started from rookie ball, Clearwater, and Jersey. And when they got to my hands, okay, my job is a lot easier. And the key is the makeup. And if you have a great makeup and you're a true professional and you have the desire to go somewhere, be somebody, the rest is easier. I mean, we got kids that, they go out, they're having fun, they're playing the game the right way. Obviously, we're going to make mistakes. Obviously, we would like to win more games, but that's where you're talking about patience. Patience and trust the process, you're going to start seeing a lot of good results at the end.
You talked earlier when we first talked about last night's game about the job the bullpen did last night, and it's a very unique situation. Christian McGowan ultimately, after 1 inning, he gets pulled, and now all of a sudden your bullpen has to get you 8 innings, and you're going to the game not thinking about their bullpen having to get you 8 innings, but it's a total reorganization of what you were expecting that you might have to do, or guys in the bullpen might think they have to do. Now all of a sudden you got to start all over again.
Well, that's why, the great job that Riley and Phil are done with the pitchers. They always tell them, be ready. You never know when we're going to need you. It can be early, in the middle, or late in the game. And that happened last night with McGowan. He suffered an injury. Thank God it's not serious. But you brought a good point. The bullpen, you had to come in and keep us in the game, and that's what they did. So the mental part of the game and the culture that we're trying to change in the organization is to tell the players, it doesn't matter if you're in the lineup or not, you're going to get a chance to help the team win. And so once they get to the big league, that's what we want them to understand, that you got to be ready for any circumstances. It doesn't matter where you are hitting the lineup, or you don't know, it doesn't matter what the score is. You always have to be ready and wanting to help the team win games.
Last question for me. This is the last time we'll do the pregame show up here this year for 3 of us. Done this for obviously 2 years now, and for you, you've talked about how much you love Reading, how much you want to come back, and hopefully we get to do this pregame show a lot more times in 2025. But what is it about Reading that is so special to you, to your wife, that just makes you love this community and this place so much?
I mean, community, it's easy. People are so polite. They're so nice. We go on the street, wherever we go, people, they hold the door for you, they open the door for you, they say hello, good morning, good afternoon. So that makes you feel good. You get treated the way you want to treat people. And the same thing around the stadium. They make your job easy because you come to the stadium, you see everybody smiling. Everybody's wanting to do whatever they can to help us feel like home. And just working with you guys, Bob and Jake, in the front office, you guys have done a great job. The players see that, and that's why they love to come to this place. Obviously, now that we got a brand new clubhouse, it's even better. But even last year, players will come in and they feel appreciated by everybody that's around the stadium. The fans are outstanding. I really have to say thanks to the fans for the support. They're patient because when you come to the park, you want to see the team winning more games. But you know what? They support the team the whole year, so it's a great place to be, great place to work.
Thanks very much. He's been out. Pedrique, thanks for his time all year long. Only a couple more games to come out and see the Fightin' Phils through Sunday as they take on the Seawolves. We're going to take a timeout. Back with starting lineups and first pitch. Ready, Fightin' Phils.